Looks like trouble. Uh-oh. Doing some before and afters. So, a little progress shot right now. And I was in the gym last night. I was on the bench press. My 225 is stronger. And I've been cutting back on the calories. Now, you know how I feel about that shit. When people say you're losing weight and building muscle, it's a load of bullshit. So I'm gonna explain in this video while I talk about the psychological effects of weight loss, what it takes to lose weight. I want to make sure I get some good shots real quick, because I'm gonna do a side-by-side video comparison a few weeks from now, comparing these two videos. So all the little flexing I'm doing now, showing a bit of body fat I got here now. I'm gonna show a side-by-side video comparison. No doctored Photoshop photos. See the leanness now, and the leanness later. That's about enough of that. That's enough. Think I got enough shots, huh? Yeah. Just enough to get these abs to come back. So let me go ahead and adjust my shit. Very superstitious. The motherfucking writing on the wall. Ooh, shit, up close and personal. Alright. So we're gonna dive right into this subject real quick. I think I got enough light action. Let me push this light to the side. Let me bring the motherfucking camera up right here. You get into position. I like to have my shit set up differently, you know, depending on what I'm doing. Let me make sure I'm right. Am I right? No, I'm not right. Not right, me. I got a gangster lean back. Alright, so check this out. Shit. Put this motherfucking shirt on. The psychological effects of losing weight. See, first of all, you have to approach it from the concept or the perspective, You have to approach it from the perspective of it being simple. And what I mean by simple, I mean simple in your actions. What are you doing to make sure you're reaching your goals of weight loss? That's good enough. Fuck it. So to make it simple, alright, it's as simple as clean eating, alright? But it's also perspective. There's also the psychological element to it, which people tend to not understand, alright? Clean eating is the key here. That's the major thing. Eating bad is what got you fat. That's what got you out of weight, out of shape. Clean eating is the total opposite. Alright? So you got this aspect here, got this aspect here. Clean eating versus whatever the fuck you were doing beforehand. So when you switch over and make that switch physically, meaning the physical, not buying the food for one. When you're in situations where you know there's going to be bad food, do you have a game plan? You go to a restaurant, you don't just go to the restaurant then sit there and decide, alright, what do I want on the menu? Because the menu is going to have a ton of different things on there you can choose from, and 95% of it is going to be bad. Right? We can all agree to that. So having a game plan, that's key. Right? Planning this out. You and your girl, you're going to go to a restaurant. Hey, beforehand say, you know what, I'm going to have some chicken, some rice, some broccoli, and to cure that sweet tooth, what I'm going to talk about a little later, some sweet potato. Alright? And everything you have, you don't want it cooked in butter. You tell them you want it steamed or grilled, but you don't want anything dipped and cooked in butter. You have to go in with the game plan, alright? And say ahead of time, this is what I want. Yeah, they have tons of things on the menu, but if you're going out, you're going to have to say to yourself, this is the plan. This is what I'm going to eat. Don't get there and then you're all indecisive. Yes, no, maybe so. That's how you fall back from this perspective back to this perspective. It's all about a game plan, psychological, in your mind. If you go into something already defeated in your mind, then you are going to lose. Guaranteed. There's no one who has ever went into a fight and said, you know what, I'm going to go into this fight and get my ass kicked. I think I'm going to get my ass kicked. You go into the fight and you're going to get your ass kicked. If you go into the fight and you say, you know what, I'm going to win at all costs. I'm not going to let this guy knock me out, whatever it takes. That's going to make you buckle down on your focus, your fortitude. You're going to start making right moves, right decisions. You see what I'm saying? It's about the mindset. Another aspect, buying the shit that you know. You're not supposed to be eating stuff coming out of a box. You know that. You know you should be when you go into the store. The first place you should go, is to go to the food aisle. The fresh fruits aisle. Go right over there. When I say food, that's food. Because the food aisle is not where they got all the boxes of shit all over the shelves. That's not the food aisle. The food aisle is where they have all your greens, your vegetables, your tomatoes, your potatoes, your sweet potatoes, all your fruits. That's where you want to go. That's the first place you go. And if you're a vegan, you go there and then you get out. You'll get you some sauces and you get out. You get your quinoa, you get your rice, and then you get out. You don't even stop in those other aisles because you're going to be tempted. Don't put yourself in situations where you know that before you failed. All right? It's all about the physical and the mental. All right? Your actions have consequences. Every action has a reaction. So if you go into the store and you buy good stuff and you stock your shelves at home with good stuff, you're going to then eat good stuff, right? Which is going to then alkaline your body. And after you go for a while, a few weeks, 3 weeks, with the right mindset and you're eating the right foods, you're going to still crave some of those sugars. So let me break that down. Let me skip over to that now. Sugar and cocaine are a few molecules apart. See, that's what some of these trainers on YouTube don't tell you because they don't know the science. They're just guys pushing supplements and talking a bunch of rhetoric that they heard someone else talk a bunch of jibber jabber. See, I do the science down to the damn atom. Very fucking smart. All right. Cocaine and sugar are not too far apart. They're both addictive substances. So the neurons in your brain, when a person does drugs, they get addicted because no one could just go in and, do some whatchamacallit, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? And then just stop. Once your neurons get a taste of that, now you're hooked. That's why they have rehab, where they keep you away from that stuff. Because they know the moment you get around it, the neurons start to fire. It's psychological. It's in your mind. It's powerful. Your mind is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? So the addiction is very powerful. You have to build your the right side of your brain. I'll say that. The side, your discipline, you have to build that just as powerful, even more powerful than your addictive side. Sugar is very addictive. You have you a nice solid meal. Everyone knows you have a nice solid meal. You have your meat, if you want meat. If not, you have your greens, your vegetables, all the good stuff. And when you're done, you're sitting there and you're craving something. You're thinking about the candy bar. You're thinking about the ice cream. You're thinking about this and that. You can taste it on your taste buds. You see it in your mind. You can see the carton of ice cream. That feeling you get, that rush that you're getting, your body is saying, yo, I want that. That's neurological. That's psychological. That's in your mind. You have to break that. Now, if you don't have it in the refrigerator, then hey, you're already one step ahead because you took the physical perspective, the physical aspect and say, you know what? I don't even have that. But I do have some sweet potatoes. I got some ginger. That's what I'm eating right now. Some ginger, some cinnamon, and a little bit of light brown sugar to put on top just to give it a little bit of taste. You still don't want that, but at the same time, it's 10 times better than white sugar. It's not 10 times better, but it's a lot better. It's a start. Because at least you're having that sweet potato, or the yams or whatever. You're not eating candy bars. You're not eating Snickers. You're not eating Twix. You're not eating Reese's Cups. You're not eating big pints of ice cream, Rocky Road, and all the shit that you know, which is going to keep the fat on you. Which you know from this side of it got you to your fat out of shape self. You get what I'm saying? So when you physically and mentally control yourself, that's when you win. It's that simple. The reason it's that simple because you have to say it's that simple. You got to understand the power in words, the power in the atom of the person itself. Like The studies are out there. A person has a plant, no sunlight. A lady, she had a plant, no sunlight at all. She just watered it, but she spoke to the plant, all right? There's intelligence in all life. The plant was still growing because she was speaking nice words to the plant. And then she had the other plant where she was cursing at the plant, you know, putting the plant down, speaking harsh to it. Her vibrations, her energy, her tone, her aura was negative towards the other plant. The other plant didn't grow. The one she showed love to, she spoke nice to every day. That one grew. See, this game is very deep. A lot of these guys don't understand this, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about the mental and the physical and understanding. See, without that level of understanding, you just don't know. You know, you're at work, people bring in a bunch of snack foods, you're gonna break because mentally you're not there. Physically, you're gonna walk over and physically grab one because you're mentally not there. Everything goes hand in hand. If you say, you know what, I said to myself, I'm not gonna do it. You know what, I'm on this journey. I'm trying to eat clean. It's very simple because I'm making it simple. I'm saying it's simple. You're telling yourself it's simple. You control your mind. You control your actions. The two major aspects. It's very simple. It's not complicated. I got guys out here, you know, the reason I made this video because I saw a guy try to say, oh, how complicated and binging and all this. Yes, that is a very important aspect. There, people do binge because they don't have the mental and the physical strong enough to stop themselves from doing it. It's as simple, I can pick this up right now. Well, this ain't hard enough, but I can throw this at my goddamn camera right now and break that shit. But I'm not gonna do that. Why? Because I'm not gonna do that. Why would I break my camera? That's crazy, that's asinine, right? But you gotta have that same perspective when it comes to food. Just like I said, there's no fucking way I'm gonna throw that and break my camera. Why? No, that's crazy. So when it comes down to going and eating that food or eating those snacks, oh no, there's no way I'm gonna do that. That's crazy. I'm on a journey right now. And it's very simple. I just sit here and just continue on doing what I'm doing. Don't physically, don't mentally put myself in that situation. So that's what it all breaks down to, people. The mental and the physical. Now I'm gonna make another video about this and dive even deeper into it. I don't wanna make this video too long because the big long videos get a bit boring. So I'm gonna end it right now. But I wanna say this. It's all about the mind and the body, all right? If you want something to be simple, it will be simple. If you go into something, like I always say, you go into something with a defeated attitude, you will lose 100% of the damn time. Understand that, all right? So let me flex up real quick, you know, show off a little bit. You know, I'm knocking these calories back myself, you know? And the reason I'm able to speak this shit and say this shit is because I've been eating sweet potatoes with ginger and cinnamon and brown sugar for the last like week and a half, 2 weeks almost. Gonna be 2 weeks pretty soon. And I feel great. You remember me, man, I was talking about, man, I love getting paydays, I love getting M&Ms. I used to go get 2 packs of M&Ms after dinner because, you know, I was craving the sugar. The sugar's like a drug. I was craving it. And then I was doing it in a cut. And that mean I had to go on these crazy ass, ridiculous, low calorie days where then you lose strength. There's consequences for all of your actions. There's cause and effect. Now the reason the fact that I ate all those damn M&Ms all those days, I can remember that like yesterday. I had to then compensate. You give something has to be taken away. Which means I had to have the next day a crazy ass day where I'm cutting calories. And then that messes with you mentally. You know what I'm saying? If you go into it with the game plan, you get your sweet potatoes, you get your fruit. You know what I'm saying? You use that as your sugar source, and you just don't physically do the things you know you shouldn't be doing. It gets easier and easier. You keep telling yourself it's simple, and it will be simple. The universe works in mysterious ways, people. Understand it. And it's the lack of understanding in a lot of people that lead them to make videos where they don't have the understanding. It's very clear. So I'm not gonna bash anybody, but I'm just saying, it's that simple. You gotta understand how the universe works, how the atom works, how you work as a human being. So, we flex up again. Let me show y'all some of these results. Because last night I got home, man, I went to work, What did I eat at work? I had my coffee. And then I got some trail mix from downstairs in the cafeteria. And I had 2 bananas. And then I went to the gym, put on 225, and man, I actually had like an RPE of like 8. Cause I could have went for like, is that how you say it? Cause I'm not really into the RPE, so I'm trying to, I don't use the RPE scale, but I think I could have had like another 2 reps. I'm stopping at 8 reps, but the first set I know, I'm like, damn, I feel like I could get 10. In my mind, I was thinking, you know what? I've been cutting back on the calories, but I've been eating damn good. You know what I'm saying? The power of clean eating is ridiculous. Alkalizing your body, you're on a whole nother level. Eating a bunch of junk food and getting your calories in, yeah, you're gonna get strong. But eating the right amount of calories and eating clean foods and living foods, bro, you become a god. So, I went in last night thinking that, man, I might not have it. But then I know the power of the mind. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do what the fuck I gotta do. I'm gonna hit this 225. And I went in, did the warm up, picked that 225 up, and it went up. Because in my mind, I said, yo, this is no different than the other night. And I know I'm not in a situation like when I was eating the M&Ms. I was going in the next day off a 800 calorie day, 1,000 calorie day, trying to hurry up and cut the calories like everybody else does on YouTube. Minus taking all the shit they take, all the Trenbolone and shit to really get lean for those contests and shows they do. But the video's not about that. So I went in with the mindset I'm gonna do it, and I felt good because now I'm like, man, I can see the cuts coming in. It's coming in slowly, a slow cut. The abs starting to come back. 225 is still there. Still there. Now I'm not where I was a long time ago. I'm trying to get back to 14 sets, 14 reps, you know what I'm saying? So one of these days I'm gonna have to go into 100 sets. But once I get the weight, I'll probably do that when I get the weight back to where I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm just gonna focus on the aspect of cutting that fat off and, staying healthy and conditioning my mind. Because the same thing I'm telling you people, condition your mind. It's exactly what I'm doing. Alright? I'm not telling you one thing and then secretly taking a bunch of drugs on the sideline. I'm eating natural. No needle holes in me, buddy. So, with all that said, have a strong mind, get to the gym, do the work, and muscle up.
My adversaries cry like hoes, fully eradicate my foes. My lyrics explode on contact, can't you hoes? Who else but mama's only son? But the phony niggas in the world say my name, watch bitches come. Now fire when ready.